Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Pop Preview. I'm Sean.
I'm Alex.
And today we're watching the Mulan trailer. And to be honest, there's no music in this one, which is fine because the music in the original was kind of forgettable.
Well, I will disagree with you there, Sean. I think a lot of other people will as well. We talked about this. I think you were a young man and like just a little too old when Mulan came out for it to be on your radar.
Maybe, it was on my radar because I had like little cousins that went to see it. So, but I just think the fact that if you look back on it now, history doesn't remember those songs as well
why though
as like the Lion King songs or Aladdin songs or Beauty and the Beast songs or Little Mermaid songs.
I don't know why, because Be a Man is like one of the best, most iconic Renaissance Disney songs, in my opinion. I know there's other people out there who feel the same way.
I'm not saying you're not wrong to feel that way. I'm just saying if you go to Disney World, you go to Disneyland.
I mean, you are right
there's not
about
a lot
that.
of Mulan presence there.
You are right about that, and I don't know why. Because they're like hitting the princess thing so hard, maybe that like a warrior isn't. Whatever. Anyway, I'm a huge Mulan fan. I saw Mulan 6 times in theaters when it came out.
Wow.
I was in 6th grade and I just was obsessed. I have like this photo. I should find that and then put it in the edit. Oh, there's a photo of me dressed as like a concubine. Because I was just so into it. I'm like wearing my mom's robe and I have like this fan and I painted my face white. Because I was just so into like Chinese culture at that time because of this movie.
I can understand that.
So it was a very like, it was a thing in my life. Mulan was like a time in my life. It wasn't just a movie that I saw.
I get it. I totally get it. But I'm just saying I can understand why they're taking the approach of let's play this straight.
And I gotta tell you, I'm okay with that. Actually,
I am
I'm
too.
for it, considering what we've just gotten from Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Lion King. Songs are not working in these movies, and I am totally fine with them removing the songs from this. I'm totally fine with them removing the comedic relief, like Cricky and Mushu, even though I love Mushu, but he still exists in the original, so I can just go back and watch that. Like, I'm sure there'll be like some Easter eggs and stuff.
Now, would you be okay hearing the instrumental version of the song?
Yes, and I think
without someone having to sing it.
Yes,
would that be okay?
Yes, of course,
Yeah.
because I think they're going to have to draw back to that because it's a recognizable.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some lines of dialogue that are lines from some of the songs. Like, they're definitely not going to abandon that completely, because a lot of things that these songs did in the original, which is what a good musical should do, a lot of the songs pushed the story forward.
Yeah.
Or they gave you insight into a character.
Yeah.
So a lot of that dialogue and a lot of those moments are still going to be in here. I'm hoping that they're going to do that right. But yeah, so I don't think it'll be completely non-present. I think there'll be little, hints of it in the score and in the dialogue as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But just no one singing, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're going to play it straight, it'd be weird for them to just start busting into song and dance, coordinated dance. It'd just be kind of weird.
Yep. See The Lion King.
Anyway, so let's watch the trailer and then let's see what we can hear.
Yay!
We have excellent news. The matchmaker has found you an auspicious match.
It is decided. Come and sit down. It is what is best for our family.
You have no say.
Yes, I will bring honor to us all. Quiet. Composed. Graceful. Disciplined. These are the qualities we see in a good wife. These are the qualities we see in Mulan. It is my duty heute.
Yeah, man.
That was so good! Why would I go? I'm like crying. Can you see it?
I can see it, yeah.
I'm like crying.
A little teary-eyed. I mean, I got that trailer is very, very good.
Ugh. It's like a breath of fresh air.
It really is. And you know what's really interesting about this too, about watching a trailer like this, is that, like, obviously it's an all Asian cast, and it's going to be a big spectacle movie. Even though they're releasing it in March, I think it's a good time for it to come out. But the fact that we probably wouldn't get a movie like that with all these elements if you take out the Mulan name and put in any other name, this movie probably wouldn't be made.
No, you're right. And, like, I guess that's a good way, and we talk about this a lot, like, you know, if you're gonna remake an old, you know, Disney IP or something, like, give us something a little new, give us something fresh. And I think you're right. I think they just needed the Mulan name and that story in order to make something, you know, this epic.
Yes.
I mean, Pirates was really the last thing that they took a huge risk on in terms of being an original story.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean and Dead Man's Chest. What was the name of the first one? Curse of the Black Pearl. I mean, obviously...
The only good one.
I disagree. We've fought about this before. We won't fight about it again. But that was, like, the only, like, really successful Disney film that I can think of that didn't have the pre-existing name, even though it kind of did, because it's a ride.
It's based on something.
But still, I mean, the results were, I mean, it spawned, whether or not they're good movies, which a lot of them are not, I mean, it's this whole franchise now.
Yeah.
So, you know, who knows what's going to happen with this, considering that they're not taking the same approach as the animated one.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, I'm almost to say that I could easily see a sequel more. Well, I didn't even see the movie. A sequel to this movie.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
More so than any other ones that they remake.
Because it looks like
a sequel to.
It's going to be
Maleficent.
different.
Yeah, absolutely. So, they can change it and do whatever they want with it. I'm totally fine with it.
Yes. As long as they keep intact
the spirit of the
character and the fact, like, let's not skirt around the idea here. Like, it's about women and it's about what is expected of them. It's about
what their place is.
What their place is, and it's about flipping that expectation on its head. So. They can't get rid of that aspect, and it doesn't seem like they're going to.
No, I don't think so. I mean the way the trailer starts out with like, "Oh, we found your match. Just sit there."
And that's a really nice. I mean, that worked for me. Just in the trailer, just like that small snippet of that scene worked for me. There are a couple things I wanted to mention just about the trailer. For one, this voiceover, which is probably the matchmaker, could be her grandmother. Not probably the matchmaker, because just knowing the original so well.
Yeah.
Talking about, poised, disciplined, all this stuff. These are the qualities of a good wife. These are the qualities of Mulan.
Yeah.
I think there's more to that. I think they just cut it there.
Oh, I'm sure there probably is more to
I think what's happening is she's going to say, these are the qualities in Mulan. Clumsy. Irresponsible.
Yeah.
I think, like, that's where
this is what you should be.
Yeah.
This is what you are.
Exactly. I think that's where this sound clip is going, but you know, to make it sound epic, they obviously cut out the
because I love this. It's building her up a little bit, but in the movie they kind of like, all right,
they're like, here's what you actually are, Mulan.
Yeah.
Here's what you should be, but you're not that. So I think that's what's going on there. Also, her hair looks way too good. It is like long and curly, and she's like doing flips and stuff, and she just looks perfect. And that's a pet peeve of mine just in general
movie
with
magic.
female. No.
Like they just wake up and the hair is perfect?
That pisses me off. It pisses me off.
It is
First of all,
it is what it is.
I hate that. First of all, a lot of Chinese women do not have curly hair that, you know, is perfectly like, so clearly she did her hair. You know what I mean?
No, she didn't. No, she woke up and it was just like that.
No. Well, she's not 100% Chinese, probably.
In all movies, all hair is perfect.
No. That sucks. Also, here's the other reason it sucks, is because we don't get to see the cool scene of her chopping her hair off with the sword.
Well,
because a lot of these scenes look like she's in battle. So we're already into the story. We're already past the point.
Well, we don't know.
We're already past the point of when she decides to leave home and join the army. in a lot of these scenes.
But we might still get that iconic scene because that's one of the things that made Mulan special. The fact that there's this woman pretending to be a man. I think we're still going to get that.
I think she's just going to pull her hair up and put it in that little hat. You know what I mean?
We'll see. Or she might go to cut it and then someone might say, oh, there's a better way of doing it.
No, that would be so lame.
Well,
like,
I don't know. Well, remember, they can do their own thing a little bit here, so I don't... Just because we didn't see it, you don't show that in a trailer, especially in the first trailer.
That's fair.
So,
that's fair.
That doesn't mean it's not there.
So here's another thing. So I want to go to 1 minute, 15 seconds. She's kind of doing like these flips and is in the midst of a battle, and you can see on the edges here there's a vignette. There's a shadow vignette, but there's also a blur vignette.
Yeah, right around the edges here.
And I have a feeling that could be one of two things, or three things. It's just for the trailer because A, they want to put the focus on her and they don't kind of want us to see the bad guys at all.
Yeah.
B, it could be that like the effects aren't done.
It's possible.
Did I say 1 and B?
That's fine.
Man.
And Z.
Or this is some kind of dream sequence, like some kind of like she's imagining herself in battle.
Well,
and that could explain the hair.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that could easily be it.
Yeah.
Because maybe she's like wants to do these things.
Yeah.
And she's imagining herself doing it.
Yeah.
That's why her hair is that long.
Right.
So this could be before.
It's very dreamlike. It's very.
It's possible.
Yeah, and
it's very, very possible.
So just a thought there. So yeah, you're right. Maybe I won't judge it quite yet on that front. But yeah, what were your thoughts?
I mean, I also like the end of the trailer, kind of like when we're seeing her like this epic battle that looks like either again is a dream sequence or is actually happening to her. Just how epic it looks. Like again, I don't know if we would get the same kind of movie with an all Asian cast, ancient China, with this size. If it wasn't called Mulan. So I'm just really curious to see, like, even from, like, a minute, kind of like right after your point, it's like right here, all of this.
Yeah, it's like a minute, 20
like,
seconds.
all the smoke coming in from the mountains. It just look like all these guys approaching her, her doing her badass sword, like, I'm gonna take all you fools out.
Yeah.
It just looks really, really epic.
Yeah. I think also, interestingly, so she looks very, very adept with a sword towards the end of the trailer, but there's a moment at the beginning of the trailer where it looks a little more clumsy, where she's practicing in like her dad's chambers, or it looks like before she goes away to war, after she finds out that she's getting betrothed. She just it kind of just looks like she's training, or she's not there yet.
Yeah.
So I think that...
Or just looks very traditional, like, just moving it's really slow, but at the end it's just more badass.
Yeah, but that's an important... The training part of it is, like, what is fun.
Yeah.
That's a huge element about what is fun about the original, is, like, watching her go from just being determined and kind of hard-headed to being a little humbled, like, oh, I am not ready. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is I want to do it. So watching that trajectory is fun. So hopefully this means that we get to see that as well. One other thing I wanted to bring up before, as long as I'm talking your ear off, Sean, sorry.
That's fine.
So at like 20 seconds, the beginning of the trailer, who is this other woman who's at the table? So we have her mom, her dad, and then this other woman. Her dad's talking about the matchmaker. Is that the matchmaker? I
doubt it.
I doubt it. I don't think so. She looks too young. Is it a sister who is like the better sister who's doing everything right?
Maybe.
Who got a great match.
Or her friend who also got a great match, or just like...
Cousin. Someone who's doing... That's the only purpose I can see.
The comparison to...
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's what you should be, but you're not.
And
so,
I don't know if I like that, just because I liked the only daughter thing, because it's like you get one chance to be that person for your family.
Like I said, that could be a friend or a relative, just someone to compare and contrast against. So
yeah, it's interesting. I hope it's not a sister.
Well, I mean, but they're changing it somehow. So
I know.
Even if it is a sister, it can still play out as good or different than the original, which is fine.
Okay.
So we don't know who she is yet, but
I guess we can probably look on like IMDb and get a little bit of a sense of.
Yeah, but that's not always accurate, especially this far out.
True.
But I really just have to say that I'm really looking forward to this more so than I did The Lion King and Aladdin, because I already know this is not going to be the original. I already know that.
Yeah.
Which I can now really judge it on its own. Whereas the other ones, you really have to compare it to the original.
Mm-hmm.
This really is going to stand on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So for that reason alone,
mm-hmm.
it's worth waiting till March to see it, because I think it's going to do well regardless. But the fact that they've taken their own, they're playing their own flag on it, is really refreshing, and I'm hoping that Disney takes this, not necessarily the no songs approach, but the more of let's do something really different from the original.
Yeah,
and I can understand with this material,
keeping the heart intact.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
With this material,
totally agree.
It's easy to see why they took this approach.
Yeah.
But I just hope that with the other ones down the pipeline, that they don't necessarily are so married and playing it safe to the original. Do your own thing. Yes. I can't stress that enough. And with this, it looks like the sky's the limit of originality that we're going to get.
Yeah. I mean, it is still kind of a teaser. So
yeah.
We're gonna see more, but I like what I see.
Yeah, so. I really like what I'm seeing.
Well, what I do want to hear is from you guys in the comments below. Please, if you're a fan of the original Mulan, how do you feel about having no songs, having no Mushu, no Cricky, all that stuff being missing from this? Is that okay with you? Is it better? Is it worse? What is it that you're hoping to really see in this? I just want to hear from other people. Were you too old, maybe? Too old? You're an old geezer like Sean when Mulan came out.
I mean, maybe they will repurpose those characters into live action characters. Maybe they won't serve the same purpose. Yeah, they will have this. They maybe not have the same names, but they might serve the same purpose.
Yeah. So I want to hear. I just want to really talk about this. No offense, it's been great talking about it with you, Sean. But I would like to talk about it with some other people too, like you guys. So definitely let us know in the comments below.
Yes.
I had a huge crush on Ling in the original one, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe he shows up with a nice bod or something.
I'm sure he's going to be in the movie. It'd be hard for him not to. But yeah, let us know what you think. Also like, subscribe, share, do all those great things. Make sure to hit that notification bell to be notified when we do the next trailer for Mulan and other things that we do on the channel as well. But until then, I'm Sean.
I'm Alex.